Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Night Luke Live Online. I'm Father James Diluzio. Tonight's pericope is Luke chapter 22, verses 7 to 13. When the day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread arrived, the day for sacrificing the Passover lamb, Jesus sent Peter and John, instructing them, "Go into the city, and when you arrive, you will find a man carrying a water jar. Follow him into the place where he enters, and say to the master of that house, 'The teacher asks, where is the room for me and my disciples to share the Passover?' He will then show you a large upper room that is fully furnished. Make the preparations there." And so they went off, and they found everything just as Jesus had told them. And there they prepared the Passover. These short few sentences are very important and worth a pause to reflect upon them. Luke is reflecting just what Matthew and Mark have also reflected upon. They've placed the inauguration of the Eucharist at the Passover meal to make a vital connection between all that has come before, Jesus' Judaism, the practice of a faithful Jew, and his inaugurating of a new dimension, if you will, to understanding his presence among us. Now, in contrast, John's Gospel places Jesus' crucifixion on the day of Passover, at the time that the lambs would be killed and sacrificed for, and then prepared for the meal that evening. So there's value in both. It's not a matter of which is which. It's a matter of what the gospel writers wish to portray about Jesus and the continuity with Israel. So for us, Luke and the other, what they call synoptic gospels, Matthew and Mark, Jesus is here engaging in the very central ritual and act of Judaism. We can be reminded of his line that's very often quoted when he says, "I've not come to abolish, but to fulfill, and not one small iota of a letter of the law will be dismissed until all is accomplished." So we really get a strong sense of fulfillment. And so whereas the manna from heaven and the whole Passover event, it's God and the people, Jesus is now emphasizing God and the people in true communion, in true union with one another, enduring life's joys and sorrows. Well, I guess we don't endure life's joys. We celebrate life's joys and we endure the sorrows together. And in a sense of a true dignity and equality of everybody, whoever we are, wherever we come from, whatever our culture, whatever even our faith tradition, union, communion is really everything that Jesus wants for us, the unity of all peoples. As he prays in John's Gospel, let us all be one, make them all one. The other thing is, why follow a man with the water jar? We get a little foreshadowing, foreshadowing, yes, but also a remembrance of John the Baptist and the importance of baptism. Follow the water jar. Go. And you'll find a large room. In other words, where everybody can fit in. A large room for this Passover, a sense of baptism and extensiveness. All alluded to, all imagery that's impacting in our brains, in our hearts, of all that's going on and that will be happening in the Passion narrative. And also that sense of following Jesus. If we follow Jesus's directions, the path becomes clearer on on the way to go. So that's my food for thought for this night. I hope you have a beautiful evening, a wonderful week, and we'll see you Friday for Young at Heart. Good night, everyone.